This is Sense Nation.
Sense Nation.
The Sense Nation.
Sense Nation. Where we make sense of life and reality. There's this other thing, this whole spiritual and cultural and family line kind of mess ups where curses and the likes, where diseases and cancers and all these things are imbalances due to wrongdoings of history.
Facts.
And now,
Facts.
when you get to put that into the works and you're like, because now I have to think now in different kind of lines. So there's this one line of like, what if your friend just has this something that we need to, or the family just needs to identify and get to solve that.
Communication-wise.
And communication-wise and also action-wise. Everything is also now action-based because it's not just about work. It's not just, with work there's action and also there's time.
Exactly.
So in this one line I was thinking of, would they like identify something like that and get to see them and get to solve it, and will that be able to solve this whole diabetic kind of cancer kind of story in this kind of family line? That's a
honestly, to just be very honest, me, I'm going to go that direction. And I'm going to go that direction because if diseases and all those things that manifest physically are because of negative vibration going on internally, I'm telling you, ile siku utafika hiyo point na choose different.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
Hiyo ndio siku changes itaanza. I'm telling you, the day somebody wrongs you and comes and tells you sorry, don't take that sorry until those actions change.
True.
Because that sorry is just lip service.
It's just another word.
It's just I swear. Hadi siku yeye mwenyewe atakaa chini ajiulize, lakini mimi kwa nini ninakuwa mgonjwa ya nini? Ni nini inaendelea?
Nini inaendelea?
Ni nini inaendelea na familia yangu? Ni nini inaendelea? Because let me tell you, that is a very dangerous direction you want to take me, because you want me to rely on other people.
Yes, that's what I want.
Ni kama unatafuta validation ya kitu.
Your solutions are usually tied on other people, and that's the dangerous thing. That's why unataka kusema nataka kwa hii community. Unfortunately, with that thing, it is dependent. The community is dependent on now outside.
Me, I've tried it.
And that's the only place I'm just like, that's why nashika tu kichwa niko tu like, sasa utaingiza uncle na auntie.
I'm thoroughly frustrated. Thoroughly.
Yeah, woman's
like nikikwambia thoroughly na mimi thoroughly.
Yeah,
like nimefika ile frustration ya mimi ati ningoje watu wengine wafanye wakue waseme nini ndio mimi nianze
ndio anza kufanya life yako.
So unless you would support something with those things you're saying, ujaribu waende kwa family, because wewe unasikia auntie ndio anakuongelesha na yeye pia ako na mtoto ni drug junkie. How will you even ever sit down with that auntie to talk about that cousin? Na I admit aonenye na ni kweli ndo akuje sasa sema okay sawa, now that tumemaliza kazi ya kazini yako turudi kwa hiyo yenye ilianzisha hii topic yote in the first place. That issue, almost never happens.
The issue in our African homes
it's Zootopia.
Is deflection. Let me tell you. It's deflection. The issue with our African homes is deflection. Wewe ni wewe umeona that hizi magonjwa zinatoka na negative patterns in your life. Lakini mzazi wako ati akae chini akwambie
kwanza admit.
Akae chini na wewe akwambie let's find out what these negative patterns are. Mzazi wa nani? Wa wapi? Nionyeshe mmoja.
Una.
Hey! God bless.
I'm like, you've been having this kind of conversations for long. And weirdly, given parents, I'm just like, and sometimes I understand how hard it is just for them. See, because sometimes I'm like, can you imagine you going through what struggle you're going through?
Let me just cut you. This is a rabbit hole. Kwa sababu sasa mimi am in the position of understanding. Mimi ni nani anani understand?
By the way.
No.
Wewe una understand watu, wewe nani anaku understand?
Look at this. one of the things I say is you cannot be frustrated not understanding and be frustrated while understanding. If you understand, don't. If you understand.
If you understand,
if
you
you're
can
not
be frustrated
understanding
by
of
it.
something,
You could be less.
You see how
less
lost we are.
frustrated.
You see how right now you
Less,
feel these other people are not understanding, yet you are the understanding one, right? So there's a part of not understanding, and that's a state where this person does not understand of what's happening. So even with whatever reaction, with whatever they say and whatever they do, they're not in the understanding of what you as a person from your own side, you're understanding this whole thing. And one of the things I should say is I don't want to be frustrated not understanding. You know, when you're not understanding, there you can be frustrated. But again, when you get to understanding, don't also allow yourself to be frustrated because and yet you understand.
Yeah. Now
go past that, because now you will die a learned person, you are so highly educated, but no, like you're highly educated but you never got to impact education.
Yeah.
That's like a big
that's actually now what happened to me. That's why I'm able to narrate now that story today. I figured a point. I just chose surrender because I figured this person just wants love the way me I want love. You know, this person just wants to be listened to the way me I want to be listened to. They just want to be cared for the way me I want to be cared for. So hii kitu tunafanya hapa
and then I do this and then you realize that nimemaliza and I'll be like you have it and then you had my peaceful time, you had your peaceful time. That's how about peaceful.
It's usually, I'm usually telling you, another nimetoa example ya dinner date. And this is very relatable if you've been in a heavy relationship. It's just about who mmoja wenu lazima alibao mbele ya mwingine. Kuna you may want to say we understanding, but at a particular point one of you ndio ikwenge ever since nowadays we communicate well, nowadays we are good.
Kuna msee alijishusha.
Kuna msee alinywa.
Kuna mmoja anaangalia ngemi kwa macho anasema well, unajua nani?
Kuna mtu anangojanga. Kuna mtu apendi
if you did, alafu unajua now the beauty, and that's the beauty. Okay, so it takes one of you to bow, and that's the hardest part. Sio ndo maana inafanya mnaenda kwa mabaze. But then now the thing is also it's about who bowed first. Unaona? Kwa sababu if you bowed first, you always have something over me. I will always respect you. Because you did something many
yeah. For me the
so you disrespect tena kwa sababu just like from mimi singeweza kunyenyekea vile Michael alinyenyekea. So because alinyenyekea kwanza. Okay, Michael unasema aje? But it will go down in history that when ulinyenyekea pale. Like
I don't know.
Please go.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and it is very important, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the it.
No, that's not the it. It can be the
I think the it is to mse alinyoya, and later in a calm environment or in a neutral environment, we came back.
We addressed tena,
Nini li happen? Mtu akajiona speed na sura. Akiishia. Akajiangalia tu, akaenda akaona tu hiyo vumbi yote, akasema oh my god.
CCTV camera.
Ni mimi. What happened? So you can know that the other person actually understood that action. Kwa sababu like I'm saying, the problem with our African homes is deflection. Nakwambia hapo kila mtu before azaliwe in an African home alisign mahali PhD ya deflection. Ndio shikwa kwa makosa, hawezi shikwa at the end of anything.
Watu hapendi ku admit the problem.
And I like when you put it like that, because at the end of it all is you really need to show what is what so we can see if it's okay and what to do about it, because there's one thing as a designer or interior designer ni kujenga na kubomoa na kufix. So you come and understand things are fixable, and it only takes people who wants to fix it. because trust me, as a project manager, uko na fundi mwenye hataki kufanya hiyo kitu, uko na as a designer, uko na client, uko na fundi na client haifanye weirdly. As in, so many things can happen for something not to work, but also for things to work, it has to be alignment of 1, 2, 3 people, at least 2, because at least we're not fundi. To be a client and compare responsibility of communicate. But now you come to the place where you know what, there are so many challenges, so many things. But again, you have to have a place with people that common.
There's a question.
And things cannot just be shitty. As in, like all these things that you're seeing right now, you're seeing this is why things go wrong, and we need to change that. Like for real. Like if. Right now, I'd ask you, when's the last time you met a challenge and you have to call somebody else and you don't, and you get to solve it just because this thing has to really get done.
Have I really thought about everything before you call?
No, not even that. As in, like, you come and find that you have the capacity of solving this thing. Just because you
had it all along.
You took it in and you wanted to do this to
overcome
this challenge. You are willing, and it takes
the
a lot of
courage
intention.
And
intention, just intention. Like, you don't even need all the courage. You're like, you're like, your mind is just searching, just doing this thing.
Saying it through.
And you just like, and at the end of it all, the simple thing that you wanted, here it is.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like faith is like courage. Like, the way they say a faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain. Hata hiyo courage yako tu, hiyo speck tu
kadogo tu.
Hiyo speck tu.
And check this out.
Hata ikusaidia kumove forward.
You see that speck? That speck is the speck that I don't want in every individual to know. This is what is right. This is what is supposed to happen. A kid to tell you like, yo, this is what I'm saying, and the kid will be like, you know what, oh shit, as an adult, I'm not saying that. But again, push that kid to get to the place of that seed grows to be a tree and to be rightful, not to be the one of you giving a good idea and somebody else not, what seed is that? What seed is here? And yet that will be the shit that this nigga will have been really relaxing on later on in their life. But now we are out here not thinking we are over other seeds. We are all seeds and everybody has good. And you cannot be out here just to make the good of another person flourish and help them. Like the Bible says, the Bible is here to correct, blah blah blah, or they do all those things.
Right.
Is a rebuke, blah blah blah. You cannot cut down the negatives and increase the positives in somebody's life. I don't think you're really doing life that much justice, because trust me, we touch on very many different stories, come here and be like, you know what? If it was bad, it was bad.
But I'd like to ask you something, like, if somebody has figured that point where they are comfortable with their partner, okay, they've communicated so much that nyi wasisi mnajua na kuanga hivi, nyi wasisi mnajua tukifika point fulani zirudi, nyi wasisi mnajua ni kwa uncontrollable certain areas. Hadi kila mtu akona kaama mental secret tu anajua ka environment kakishift kiplani kila mtu ama.
I have a question.
When you figure that point as an individual where mimi nasikia poa nikikuwa angry nasikia poa kwa sababu it's ni chemicals za satisfaction.
It has a high.
Exactly.
It has a high.
Exactly. So umekuwa addicted to hiyo high as an individual. Utakujaje uambie huyo individual sasa cheki, I know you are addicted to this high, but we need to take you through a mental rehab.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
How do you approach such a person?
They have to go through their own consequences. Give them the space to use. I believe words are the seeds. You say whatever you need to say. Set your peace. You see that thing of where Jesus said you even dust off your shoes and you know story yako yote hapo. Do that and live with a free heart.
When do you know
when to do that?
I have a question that I've been meaning to ask all along, and then
I don't know yet.
It's developed to our 2 parts. So let me ask. This is open to everybody. What is the biggest thing we usually fear about or think about? Let me not give it away. When we are thinking about family gatherings.
Yes, we don't have a lot of work, so I can
You see? Now I think I've already been answered. We don't need all your traumas, so.
Thank you. Let me save it.
mimi jana sidhani tumekuwa nazo hizo zenye.
It has to be expressed. This is how bad
Yangu
it
si
is.
relate, they don't give up.
Yeah, imagine even after nimesema you've already answered me. Bado umego ahead. So now that's the first part. And then inakuja nimefikiria tu hiyo kumeeting na cousins. It's like almost even you that day when you're going to that family gathering, do you usually behave differently from other days? Dressing wise, preparation, unaona?
Yeah.
So now comes the two part. Because you know that in that gathering, kuna huyo kuzoo huyo mwenye sasa Shiram explain. Anafikanga point fulani mpaka mnajuanga tu ni nani anazusha huko chini kwa shamba ni fulani. Wacha tu atanyamaza.
Hadi wale watu wanono wamekaa karibu na mlango. Ndio crisis ikianza.
Yeah.
Nayo.
Everybody has positioned themselves in the family. Now come back now because now there's the two part of it is now me and her. Okay, we are talking about a possible children bringing situation in the future. How ndo family gathering wetu sai? I mean in that scenario, okay? And then now immediately we are having a debate. Tushaanza kwa conversations zile za watu wetu hata wana mtu fulani ama watoto wa mtu fulani.
Hata hawatawajua.
So now you see it's
unaona kama huyu.
Are we even
wakifikia story wako just like me hata si relate what are those?
Yeah, and even now immediately because I'm okay with it. I'm agreeing with what she's saying. I'm just like, my kids, that one now. And I'm just like, am I in on it? Because you see now I'm woke and I'm just like, is that a toxic decision that we'll be enduring in our family? Because how do you avoid society?
Let me tell you,
You can't.
It's a bit of to swallow.
And
then also you don't want to segregate your kids and be like, musitembee kwa hawa, because even if you homeschool, that's the thing. What are you fanyadini outside? You know, like it's such a
vibrational things. Unajua vitu zenye zina spread amongst us through frequency. Unajua zile vitu zenye tu humanity, mind yako, heart yako, soul yako. Kuna kitu tu.
Unajua nayo.
Huyo mse akikwambia hakuwa anajua, anakudangana. Na ni kwa sababu uwezi niambia ametoka ile mali ametoka akafika mali mmeanza kuongea. Na hiyo kitu hata haijawahi
experience
mind yake, hajawahi kaa chini akaimagine na maisha ingekuaje kama mimi nakwambia nikaa chini na huyo msee vizuri. Utamsikia akikwambia by the there's a time in my life by the way kuna msee limit. Unajua
I think that is only possible.
Okay. To answer that question you were asking earlier, I was saying it's a very bitter pill to swallow because you need to make peace with the things you lose. By the time you're choosing, by the time unafika ile point ya okay, now it's time for me to let go of this BS because it's dragging me down the drain. People will call it family curses, people will call it what they want to call it, they will call you mean, arrogant. What is the other one? Indignified.
Tuone penye utaenda na familia yako.
Yeah. All of that
associate na family.
Hiyo kitu yenye Mike anasema, you really have to be so intentional with it ends with me. True. It ends with me. So if I am the one who is going to suffer the last bit of that cycle, let me. But I promise you, my children will not know their cousins. They will not know there is anybody else who exists in that house apart from me. And that's just
it's a very
and that's okay. You're protecting them from bad energy.
That exactly. That is my hiyo ndio kitu yenye ina make decision ikuwe easier. Niko just like that energy.
Not on my kids.
My children in that energy. Because I need when my children are relating with other children, that is just na kwa nini mko
watu wengine wanakuanga
not sasa now it has become such a norm mpaka even then they've started to be like that and then now when they get their children
true.
A big
because hizo vitu za kasa come on
never. So you have to make peace with what you're losing because you have to lose something in this life iko tu hivyo huwezi gain kila kitu huwezi
na funny enough you lose the things that matter the most.
Hiyo mtego inakujanga na ile kitu
you lose things and people who matter the most.
Imekanyaga tendon fulani ya heart ikikatika tu kidogo.
And that's why it's easier said than done like you've been saying because every time unasikia na mbona Michael alibreak up na dem hiyo tu kwako. But according to Michael's perspective
ni
kwa wangu hawangezaliwa na huyo mwanamke wote.
Wow. It's usually just like that. So Kila mtu
my mind is very future oriented. It's very siko in this time zone kwa sababu niko just like this is just madness. I can't keep up. I need to focus on creating my own, you know.
Yeah,
so
true.
every time I'm in a situation, I'm always just thinking, is this what I want to see around when I'm 25, when I'm 35, when I'm 75? Is this
and then
what
now
I
you know
want to see
Michael.
in my
True.
life?
I'll tell you
And
something.
that helps me to really know what I can and cannot take.
I'll tell you now on the other side, and this is
I
now
like that.
on we're on record.
Yeah.
It makes her a very good person to do drugs with. You know why? Kwa sababu anafikiria future. So even in that bar, anafikiria tu hii chupa tukisha kunywa na unda to drive home.
Tukufe.
Tutakufa.
Sasa, this is going to
Immediately
be our last
she
night.
becomes a good woman.
True, that's so true.
Like
Yeah.
it sounds like
It's
that.
the basis behind all this, and yet that's a very strong basis. Right?
Yeah.
That's gonna.
Mse anaambia Mike asistep yeye ndio anaumwa.
Yeah.
So wewe communicate what is happening. Unaona? If I don't communicate what is happening, sisi zote tutatoka tumeumia. So nitakuwa kwa hii session the entire time nikishikilia tu mauchunguza, niliambia Mike tu vizuri akajam. Kumbe mimi najua. Pia kumbe mimi najua that vibe yangu si pure in the moment. So he's bouncing back my energy.
Yeah, energy.
You get?
True.
So mimi siko hapo kupigana. Ndema na hustle, unaona? Mimi siko hapa kukula hustle yako. Wewe hustle vile unataka. Lakini sio leo na sio
Na si hapo kwangu.
And I think for me the shock was I know her temper.
Ukajange
So
every hour that is going on and I'm seeing her really hata hiyo temper haiko kwa room. I'm just like wow. You actually have a conversation with a dumb person. You know she never has a conversation with dumb people. But unajua ameenda pia dumb. Twende tuana play na
umeshika kwa level yake.
And it was
kwa sababu sasa tusipo swim tutaanza kugongana.
Na hiyo ndio wanataka.
After sijui how many months Rona imenikalisha kwa nyumba sijui hao.
Kuja tupigane.
Kuja tupigane na msichana kwa kazi.
Na ni kwa sababu ya happy hour nyingi na ni happy hour waliofa.
Nyingi hii poster ni nani aliprint? Allah.
Your communication is tough. Your communication is very important. Even for you to actually decide to kuamua I won't be there. You know, hiyo na mimi ndio mwanaume. Hiyo ilikuwa poa, ulikachini ukatulia.
Lakini ndio hiyo communication. Mimi nilikuwa nimekamid muda kwa specific. Mimi niliingia tu hivi as my specific reason had. Mimi nilikuwa body yangu, unaona? Mimi nikamwambia the budget is tight. I beg. Okay, the world has opened but my pocket.
Your pocket,
my
not
wallet. My wallet is just.
So that was interesting. That was very interesting.
But that is good. I usually say
communication. Communication is good.
Somebody being capable to step up to do whatever that
needs
you
to be
stepping
done.
up and for him to be able to chill and everybody just being able to do their own thing.
Yeah, man. Even me, I was surprised.
You know,
I was really surprised.
It is good because at the end of it all, have you been somebody who doesn't do that? You know, just like you appreciate why people do it. As you said,
It's really an ego death.
as you said,
It has to be.
and as much as there's that's I'm looking at that and I'm going above this whole thing and looking at it in the point of this is how you sustain relationship. This is what's supposed to be happening. Maybe some relationships are not working because of that ego thing, and you know. But again, you know, you still got your shit together, right? And again, you are with him because you know, either way, you can vibe with somebody because you can move forward, conversation-wise, life-wise, and all this. And so there's that you have seen, and you know what you have when you know, and can still give the space to the next person. And they've shown, you know, they can do that shit.
Yeah,
and you know, because again, how many people have you worked with and now they've been able to go through this stuff? How many people have money and like, yo, sort this thing. Let me run there. You sort this thing, let me run there and sort this other thing. And this other person does not even do that. And how many people even like run away from money or run away with their dream?
Mimi nakwambia Mike studio show nilikuwa ni live studio show nilikuwa kwa sasa hii project mimi nimefika hapa. Basta hapa nasikia kama una stress itabidi sasa mimi move on kimya.
Bahu.
Well, we can't say.
Alright.
Ex business partners.
No, say business.
Tutasema
Yeah.
nini?
No, something like that.
Yeah, man. Mumefanya tu project vizuri. You know the way kila mtu anajua skill yake, kila mtu anajua mali anaibia. Unaona? So si mkijenga project mmejenga project hivyo.
Yeah.
Mimi nita
Visual
party yake, yeah.
Wewe hivi party yako hii kitu izaliwe. Unaona? Ai. Well, mtoto alizaliwa katoka kichwa, katoka tumbo,
miguu ikabaki nyuma.
Msee, hiyo kitu inauma Mike, wacha nikwambie. Hiyo kitu inauma kama heartbreak.
Inauma ile pake sasa ilikuwa sasa mimi nimecheza kama si tumecheza kaa sisi. Sasa wewe cheza kaa wewe. Then hapo hiyo pake kucheza kaa wewe ndio ukigo back in time uko like wait. You know, before you react, simply see the world is moving fast. Slow down. We check it. And me one to an example because I'm telling you but how can you slow down and watch it? Simply, I'm usually using an arc. You're an architect, you know that. If the perspective of being in the middle versus ukukando. By the time somebody is running from here to here, wewe unani tu kutani hivi.
Right.
Simply. So if you come back to center, really that circle, no matter how big it is, you can just stand with it like
turn at 360.
No, yeah. So now when you go back and you're like, hizi shida zote zilianzia wapi? Unaanza kurealize. Hazikuanzia sasa zile the tennis ball haiko amkia side yako ya court. Hizi shida zilianza
mahali. But I think basi hao wasako wanaona sometimes namyanga hata Mike kuna vitu anataka kufanya and then I'm like, you know, if you keep telling people, some people won't see what your vision is. You know, I may tell you, I might explain how this tree looks like, but maybe in your head you won't see it the way I'm, you know. So sometimes vitu zingine it's some people don't see.
Vitu mbili zimejireveal in the regard to that ni agenda zina change. Agenda definitely zina change along the way. Na ile mbogi ulikuwa unafikiria ni mbogi sasa imekuwa divide and conquer, unaona. So unaona literally mse ana wa separate as a team.
True.
And then another thing like you bring it like
separation ni nini?
Yeah, you're willing to have it as a conversation.
To make come all this way as a team ndio sahi tuanze kukua vikundi.
Yeah, and then
lakini ukianza kuuliza hivyo
unakuwa ndio mbaya.
Unakuja kwa ni kampuni yangu ya interior design unaanza kuniambia. So just like no but si ati nakwambia but even you
iko halfway ball
even you like how would you want to be running it even if it wasn't me can you even want to learn for the next client why you treating this baby like this because even me because of the relationship we've created out of this working relationship I wouldn't want to see even though the whole Ubuntu I would want to even when you move to the next person either nimekufanya better ama I'm only recommending you kwa sababu unafanya na Mike that's good. But even when it figures out and you realize this person is like, no, but it's like I can't move even when I'm doing my own decisions. I have to. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's not really that way, but you can call it that, you know, because really, because I care about you, you can't just live life the way you want.
As in,
that's the power you've given me.
Halfway zalisha tukiwa pamoja. Sasa unataka nikuache uzalisha the rest peke yako? From yako ni gani? What intentions do you have?
Yeah.
So hivyo intentions ina change. Alafu kitu ya pili ni hiyo ni nini umesema ikani hit.
People don't see what you see.
Watu wanakuwa ni kama ndako explain
you have only a need to a means. It's like your
ni kama wewe ni bridge.
Yeah.
Unaona? So wao wakishatosheka mali wamefika kazi yako imeisha.
Walikuwa wamekuja tu kutumia watu wa kutumia tu.
Let me bring it here. Like for example this Sense Nation. Are you doing this because we are means to an end? Unajua because we've had those projects whereby somebody is calling you and be like, "Oh, I'm about to launch a video. Could we do an IG live?"
You guys have gone through stuff.
Let me tell you.
And this is 2021.
Nikwambie mtu mwenye anakuanga ako communicative, sio lazima aseme.
Yeye anasemanga vile yeye communicate.
Mimi ndo nitakwambia yenyewe communication yako ni poa. Moyo ametokea. Me I'm a very good communicator. Me I talk very well.
The
I'm a very good planner. I have intact with my ancestors.
Allah.
You know,
roots are shackles.
nimesha learn everything about my culture, my ancestral line, all that.
Yeah, they are
Ndio
good.
mfanye project.
They are good.
Communication
X.
sideways.
Yeah.
Mmeshow up for a specific job. Mnapata watu wengine with the same job.
Then example hapa sensation. Nimekuja hapa kufanya Microsoft.
Sensation, mimi nimekaa kama guest kwa sababu boy wangu amecall. Kumbe tuko na set designer na Mike ameniambia, na by the way ukikam si unaweza kama na nini to set design.
So now the moment tunafika hapa, wewe na yeye mnaanza kurealize nani ana set. Kwa sababu yake
interest.
Sasa communication iko wapi hapo? Kwa sababu it's not like if you would have told her there's another set designer, she would have called, you know. And if you would have thought that, then there's something wrong with your friendship, because why would she?
No, you can still line it out in the way you're supposed to line it out.
Right?
In a way, as in like you're fucking adults in the first place. Fucking out. No,
It was
like,
crazy.
Like
It was
for
really
real.
crazy.
Life is so simple that I
I
never understand why you're complicating things so much. I shouldn't say I don't need to know everything in this world. I don't need to know about my whole culture.
Yeah.
My whole culture to know when you talk to me like this is how I like it.
You're a human being.
If you need to do this, there is this to be done, and this to be done, and this to be done, and this to be done. If a job is too big for one set designer, you know, you'd be like, yo, you know what? I've been looking at across different set designers, and there's you, and there's the next person. I want you to combine your styles, do this thing.
You need disrespect. We not
you sort this side, you sort this
I'm
other
also
side.
the worst part the worst part hata siziongelea hapa kwa mtandao. God. Mimi nakwambia
No,
binadamu.
but still, you see now, dealing with life, dealing with people, it should be as simple as being clear. Because sometimes even a person is like, you're getting late. And you know, you can call somebody and be like, you know what, I'm saying this is 5 minutes time and I'm really sorry, you cannot make it. Give me 1 hour. Give me, can you be doing something?
Honesty.
Can we do it
Some
at 4
realness.
o'clock instead of now? And you know, just clarity. Do you know how, like, when you want to stand up right now, yo, you've seen me with crutches, right?
Right.
There's nothing as intentional as you have to do, like, when you need to stand up, because you're like, you know, you just don't.
It's a whole mathematics.
You know that became a whole other thing. But again, right now, if it was something I'm you know, for me to relearn is like, oh shit, I need to do that, and then you realize after doing, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then, you know, crashes, and then you're like sharp, and then now you realize it's a whole so that is the same as life is step 1, the step 2, the step 3, and you always like, even the big ideas as an entrepreneur, you see step 5, and then you're so jazzed, and then you come and realize it's step 4, oh shit, and it's step 3. But step 5, you're like, yo, I need this thing to shoot at step 5. But again, you know what? Until you go back to step 1,
you can't.
And then because when you start step 2, you'll realize there's something that is missing, and you go back to step 1. And then at step 1, once you've made step 1 really good, step 2 becomes, you know, you step into step 2.
Yeah, automatically it just flows. You don't even know.
And then it goes to step 3, and then you're like, oh my god, it was just me not doing it from the right place, and that is very frustrating. And I bet even for production, you know, you get to a place you're like, oh my god, I need visuals like this for this one, and then you realize, oh shit.
But before this visual, before this,
is the sound.
Yeah,
oh shit, there's the machine for this thing. Oh shit, there's the software. Oh shit, but again, start with the groundwork. You know how to compose, you know how to do all these things, you know how to view, and then now get to the next step. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is really good. And then you're like, oh, have a phone. You can do something with the phone. And then out of just using the phone, get to a place where you're like, oh my god, I can get a microphone. because the phone has gotten into a step of getting a microphone. And then step.
And then, okay, now I have a situation.
A flop because that again a little simple and the real road. Even for your kid, you know, when I'm talking about and then you're like, you know, it will be good for you to tell them this now, for them to realign everything, and then later on you'll be like, yeah, like another can go. Other than you can read now, and then it breaks down, and your kid is looking at you like, you told me to do this shit.
Yes.
And then your kid is like, you will never truly be in the past. Your kid will lose that respect, or just lose something. Because of that simple pureness and the right real road that you're supposed to have.
Now, speaking of pureness and whatever your path, I have a situation because me wanna struggle now, and sometimes I've had to even be someone to communicate that. You want to do something, maybe production-wise, okay, and you know amongst your circle of friends who we meet every day. In that reality, we got to meet every day. Now you know that if you're going to do a production, Kibby is your guy.
Yeah.
Okay? But then Kibby is not as good as another guy of a certain friend you've been introduced to. And you really feel, kwa hii project yangu, Kibby is not in the capacity to deliver it that Hollywood style, but this guy is up for grabs. You know, that situation now I'm trying to bring it up. Because you see now you as a leader of that project, you need to be in that position and come and tell me, Kibby, sasa, kuna projection hapa kufanya nini. You're not my guy. Unajua? How do you handle that? Because it's part of you also being that leader.
Miticha.
Without really, and still tuko tunaendelea kila siku tunakunywa na niko kwa capacity kusema baadhi ya product inaendeleaje, yule msema ametana kwa fiti. Unasema tu ametana kwa fiti, imagine. You know, do we ever even get there? Because hata mimi nikijitoa kwa point yangu ni kwa even if Kibby is understanding, do you have the capacity to actually come back and be like, hey, today, how was today? Today mazara tulishoot TV. Because you almost feel like you don't want to show me. Mwanzo iki succeed is even worse. Sabi iki fail, you have a reason to be like, oh Kibby, I'm sorry. Kuja ufanye. When it succeeds,
tu kwa mtandao kama ni kukuweza
how would you deal with that? Because I struggle with that a lot. And sometimes even when I'm with you, I would want to come and tell you, listen, if you ever want to do a production and I'm not your guy, imagine niambie tu. I've had to tell people that.
That now
just to make
that's the first door. Because this is rejection. Hakuna njia nyingine. Rejection is hard and there is no easy way to say it. That's just hivyo tu ndivyo.
Because I'd rather mimi nikuje nikwambie than hii possibility na pain.
The more we normalize receiving and giving rejection, the faster we learn how to deal with it. Kwa sababu imagine you don't have to. Rejection imekuwa so associated na negative vibe. It's been so associated with negative vibe that the only way somebody feels they can express rejection to you is when you guys are bickering on top of your voices. Hiyo rejection haijaenda anywhere. Imekuwa tu attached na anga na imecause tu another trigger point in the life of the many trigger points of that human. Kwa sababu if you don't normalize giving and receiving rejection, I don't know which life you are living in. Because
it's just becoming very hard, especially when you start now managing your own life like that. As an entrepreneur, even as a dad. Listen, there's a project even right now. There's a project right now where the father has given a kid graphic design because the kid does graphic design. Huyo mtoto. Swap. Sasa mpaka iko kwa converse mimi ndio nijoe hiyo story ni kwa sababu now the deal is supposed to come to us because asipendi mnafanya. But then now we're like, but what if tomorrow akikuja alafu ameadjust his ways na mshanipatie gig? What happens? Because you see now those are gravity problems. That's a family issue. Unajua? Does it mean anytime utani kick out tuanze kupelekana koti because umeninyang'anya contract? You see, again it's that. Mtoi hana capacity. Bono mzazi asikuja tu aseme, kid, I know you're doing, I know I'm the one who's paying school fees for that graphic design, but this project that dad is doing right now, wewe hujafika hiyo capacity yet. You know, that's the conversation that we are usually tunanyimana. Unaona? So
it's for real.
So in short, watu kwa tu real.
Haizikuwa ni yeye anakuambia, oh Mike, nimekubali your rejection, but si unaweza kukini update how the project is going. Kwa sababu sasa wewe utaanza kufeel he's working an angle.
Immediately, because human beings are not like that. It only goes deep. Unaachana tu nayo, unaona umepatia msee.
Unapea tu msee wa blessing, unamwambia wewe fanya tu project niambie kwenye type.
Unapatia msee opportunity, una create paka environment ya, una cover up paka we are all weak. Unajua mimi nimekuja na weakness yangu na pia najaribu cover up for weaknesses zako, but unaona msee habite. What do you do?
This is Sense Nation. Sense Nation.
The Sense Nation.
Where we make sense of life and reality.